This is a comprehensive review of the steel clubs from Hephaestus Athletica. What's going on, guys? Carlos here. Today I want to talk to you specifically about the steel clubs from Hephaestus Athletica and some of the details that are a little bit different than what I've talked about in previous videos. Now, a few months ago I did a video on the steel clubs, and when I did that video I just had one club and I had played with it for about a month or so. It's been about 3 or 4 months since that video, and I've gotten my hands on more clubs, and at the same time I've gotten to get more movement patterns involved with these clubs, and I've just gotten more reps into it. So I just wanted to give you guys an updated video and answer some of the questions that you guys had about these clubs specifically. So I think a lot of people look at steel clubs and they think they're all kind of the same, especially because all of us that have bought clubs from Amazon or some of the past companies of the fixed weight family, they've all pretty much have been the same thing. They've all had a fixed weight option, they've all had the same pommel, and there's really been nothing that has changed besides a logo. Now, with Hephaestus, there's a couple things that I want to talk about immediately. One is the Pommel Design, and I spoke about the Pommel Design before, but this is a unique design that you're not going to find anywhere else with any other club on the market. So this teardrop pommel design is something that's really comfortable when it comes to any of your steel club movements, mainly because a traditional pommel that you see on other clubs, actually let me grab one of those clubs for you so you can see it. This right here is a traditional club that you would buy on Amazon, and it's just got a traditional pommel with a traditional barrel, traditional handle. There's no knurling on this. This is something that you would buy on Amazon. This is pretty much what everyone is selling, and they're just slapping a different logo or a different sticker, and they're just branding it with a different company. What Hephaestus has done is they've taken the fixed weight clubs and they've done a couple things. There's 3 main things that are different between these steel clubs and everything else on the market. 1 is the pommel design, 2 is going to be the knurling, and 3 is going to be the circumference diameter of the handle increasing in size as the weight increases in size. And I didn't think that was a big deal at first, but what I realized that as the weight gets heavier, it does get a lot more comfortable as the diameter of the handle increases. So those 3 things, and there's actually 4, because with these steel clubs, they actually increase in 2.5 pound increments. So traditional clubs that you buy on Amazon, they're gonna increase in 5 pound increments, which we all know, anyone in the steel club community, jumping up 5 pounds with steel clubs is equivalent to jumping up from 185 to 225 on the bench. It's just a big jump. And yes, some of us can do it, but the majority of us cannot. So having the 2.5 pound increments in a steel club option is very nice. We talked about the pommel design, right? So what I've noticed in the traditional pommel is that my pinky kind of always hangs off, and I don't really get a full grip confirmation when it comes to these swings with a traditional pommel. My pinky always comes off. I get grip confirmation, I don't feel like it's gonna slip off, but what I noticed was with this new pommel design, my pinky actually rests and I get a better purchase on the club when I'm doing some of these movement patterns. So I can say that it is a little bit more comfortable for your pinky, and you do feel a little bit more secure when it comes to this pommel design. And that's, I think, is one of the benefits of this new pommel that Hephaestus has introduced. And it's one of the things that I've noticed as I've gone through and performed some of these movement patterns, whether they're single hand movement patterns or they're 2-arm movement patterns. So the pommel design is definitely something that, you know, I think it's just unique to the market. Jumping up in 2.5 pound increments, we talked about that already once. And then the knurling on these handles. Because everything is knurled, you do get a nice purchase and you get a full grip confirmation as you're going through some of these movement patterns. So it's not too aggressive. It's not, your pinky is not touching the knurling, which is something that's important with the with steel club and steel club training. So those are a handful of things that I think people need to take in consideration when they're thinking about buying a steel club from, you know, a regular Amazon purchase versus something like Hephaestus is offering and that they're introducing to the market. That's all that I have, guys, for this. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. And if you have any interest in getting one of these, I'll make sure I put Hephaestus link in the description. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.